Now, hi, how are you again? I hope everyone is well. I understand that, of course, we've seen people closing countries um, as the Omicron thing that occurred in South Africa, where I come from. But surprisingly, countries such as the UK, UK, the US, and others, they're still coming in here in Vietnam and across Asia. But well, my video is not about that. Um, I've realized that when people go around the world, they worry about the currency and all of that. What is the currency of that country? What is the exchange rate from where I am at? If I'm going to work outside the country, am I going to make enough money? All those type of things. So just to warn you, no, this is not to talk about the average salaries and all of that. Perhaps we'll do that in the future if that's one thing you would wanna do. But here, I want to speak specifically about the currency, the money, or what is the currency, what is the equivalent to South African rands, and what is the equivalent to USD. But I won't dwell much on the USD. I'm South African, so mostly I will use the South African rand. But I will mention a little bit of USD here and there. One thing also that made me do this is because I've been scammed before. When we're in Egypt, which is the currency of Egypt doesn't go a little bit far from that of South Africa, but not knowing money, like the currency of the local of the country where you are in, it's quite not a good thing because people find a way to scam you. People find a way that you are a target where they can make money. I mean, in Egypt, there was so much cruelty. There was so much cruelty that people. Okay, you get into a taxi. Hi, taxi, taxi. You get into a taxi. You pay. They ask for the price of the taxi. They would say 20 pounds, for example, 20 Egyptian pounds, and then you pay. That's what the driver say, or the guy sitting next to the driver, and everyone keeps quiet, even the people who are inside the taxi. No one wants you to say no. These people are telling the truth or are lying. It only happens once. That's how I found out, actually. How you go around, you stay there for 1 week, 2 weeks, and then later on people start to tell you, or you start to realize, or someone just whisper to you to say, no, the taxi that you bought in, for that distance you bought in, it's not 20 pounds. This is what they do to foreigners. They just want to get a lot of money from foreigners, as much as they can, because they think foreigners have money. That's what they did in Egypt. They said, it's only 7 pounds. Just imagine 20 pounds. You are paying actually 3 times. Because 7 times 3, that's 21. So you are paying 3 times the price of the taxi. So you are paying for 3 trips, actually. To come back, to go back again. Wherever you are. If it's 7 pounds. They will triple the price. Triple the price. Not triple. What am I doing? Triple the price. So I'm just showing you the officer that people are cruel across the world. Okay? So you need to be careful. But let's talk about the man in Vietnam. In Vietnam, the local currency is called the Vietnamese dong. Vietnamese dong. It's abbreviated as VND. VND. The Vietnamese dong, from my understanding, what I've read a little bit about it, it was introduced here in Vietnam on the 3rd of May in 1978. 3 May 1978. Because before then, they were using the Vietnamese Hao. That was the currency then, Vietnamese Hao. And then from the Vietnamese Hao, then now the currency is Vietnamese Dong. The Vietnamese Dong, what I understand, it also used to have coins, just like we have in South Africa and Egypt and other countries, coins. But they are no longer coins. Well, even if they are there, they are not used. Just like if you would go to South Africa, the 10 cent and 5 cent, you won't find them. I mean, you'll hardly find them. You need to dig I don't know what in order to find a 10 cent or a 5 cent. I'm not even sure if they still make it. Okay? So, here as well, that's why we use everything, it's notes. They don't even put the cents, the coins, and all of that. So it's the Vietnamese dong. So I will be showing you the notes of the currency of Egypt, the Vietnamese dong. Firstly here, okay, let me start lowest. Firstly, you've got, and you need to see it, you've got, it's a little bit brownish or so. You've got 1,000 dong. 1,000 dong. You see it has the face of their first president, Ho Chi Minh, there. You've got 1,000 dong. It's just 1,000 dong. Okay? 1,000 dong, if I need to look deep into it, it's equivalent to, when it comes to dollars, it's equivalent to $0.043. $0.043. But when it comes to the South African rands, it's equivalent to 69 cents. It's equivalent to 69 cents. Just 70 cents. Okay? That's what the 1,000 dong is equivalent to. What I can tell you, someone would ask me, what can you buy with a 1,000 dong? Well, what I can tell you is that with a 7,000 dong, you can buy a can of Coke. This times 7, you can buy a can of Coke. So it's 69 cents times 7. You can buy a can of Coke. That is a 1,000 dong. I think you understand when I say that time. So it will be easier for you to understand when I talk of the 2,000, and that's the 5,000. Then there's a 2,000 dong. You can see here there are women who are at some manufacturing thing or clothes, whatever. There's the 2,000 dong. There's a little bit of purplish color on one side, and there's a little bit of lime sort of and brown color on the other side. 2,000 dong. It's high in because the 1,000 dong is mot yin. So the 1,000, the 2,000 dong is high win Vietnamese dong. And then those are the first two notes. Then after that you will have, so I'm going in that order. You have the 5,000 dong. So you understand the 1,000 dong is equivalent to what? Okay. Oh, okay. I've lost some money there because of my fan. Okay. Because I will still need to use it. Okay. I still need to use it to show you something. Let me show you. I have next the 5,000 dong, which in South Africa is equivalent to, I think you do know now, 3 rand 50. 3 rand 50. Yes, it's equivalent to 3 rand 50. 5,000 dong, and in the US, which it's equivalent to 22 cents, which is $0.22. Okay, and this is how it looks like, the 5,000 dong. Okay, you can get sweets, you can get some few things with the 5,000 dong. Nam yin dong. That's the 5,000 dong. And 5,000, then the 10,000 dong. Then you understand you have this note. That's the 10,000 dong. Okay? That's the 10,000 dong. Moi yin. That's 5 times 2. That's the 10,000 dong. Okay? That's the 10,000 dong. Okay? After that, then, you know, when you're having the 10,000 dong, going onwards, there's a lot that you can buy. You can get beer. You can get, with a 10,000 dong, you can get beer, which is equivalent to 7 rand. Yeah, 7 rand. You can get beer. Yes, 7 rand, South African rands, 7 rands. It's equivalent, approximately that, which is equivalent to half a dollar. 10 dong, it's equivalent to half a dollar. You can get beer with that here in Vietnam. Well, yeah. That's 10,000 dong. Other than the 10,000 dong, of course, you have this blue, beautiful note, the 20,000. You can see how you see. Look at the money. You look at where the dot is, where the comma is. Okay. 20,000 dong. Hai moi yen. Hai moi yen. Hai moi yen. That's the 20,000 dong. And surprisingly, the 50,000 dong looks like the same color of that of South Africa. Well, not 50,000. In South Africa, it's 50 rands, which is pink. Here, the 50,000 is pink. Pinkish. You know, the 50,000, 50,000. And you can see their money is made of plastic. Okay? The notes are made of plastic. Especially from 10,000 dong going onwards. Because the other ones, the 20, the 10, the 1,000, the 2,000, and the 5,000 are made of paper. Yeah, something like that, whatever you call it. But from 10,000 dong going onwards, they are made of plastic. They're made of plastic. That's the 50,000 dong. Nam Oi Yen Dong. Nam Oi Yen Dong. And 50,000, of course, you get 70,000, you'll have to add 20,000 to get, you know, money. You can count. That's arithmetic. For the 50,000, you have the 50,000 times 2, which is the 100,000. You can see where the zeros are. You've got the 100,000 dong. You've got the 100,000 dong. You've got the 100,000 dong. Okay? And that is the An Hang Na Nuoc Viet Nam Dong. An Hang Na. So they call it, okay, no, that's wrong. That's the Reserve Bank of Vietnam. Sorry. It is called What Dram In Dong. What Dram In Dong. And of course, got the 200,000 dong. 200,000 dong. You can see here, there's something in the river. Some people know these heritage sites, so some people in future who may make videos of this, because I know there are not too many videos of this. I'm doing it because I want to help people who come to Vietnam and people who maybe may struggle with this. But maybe some people who can do, who travel around. I can't be traveling around for now. Because of my challenges, I've got a lot to do. Other than that, the COVID. But even if it wasn't for COVID, I don't have the money to travel around. I don't have money to waste. There's a lot on my plate. I'm getting closer to 30. I cannot be. It's good to travel, but I cannot be traveling every week, you know. So, but I would love, like in future, to get to know some of these places, some of these heritage sites on this money, because there's a lot of them. Get to know them. But I would know that certain people may make videos about this after maybe seeing this video. That's why you need to subscribe, and maybe they may make more videos about this to say, by the way, on the 50,000 dong, on the 200,000 dong, this is what maybe it's the 7th one, whatever, 6th or second one of the world. I don't know, whatever nonsense. Well, sorry for those who are doing who do geography and all of that. I'm just a traveler, a tourist without understanding of some of these things, and it's not a matter that I don't want to understand. I can, but you know, when you decide not to, you know, it's ignorance. But I can if I want to, but I will. I think also maybe if I can be a millionaire, maybe I can do that, you know. Well, not a Vietnamese millionaire, because in Vietnam you are an instant millionaire. I mean, well, I don't know for everyone, but yeah, that's what you need to know here in Vietnam. In Vietnam doesn't mean that you are a millionaire in your country. And that's the 2,000 dong. 2,000 dong is a high dram in, high dram in. And lastly, we've got the 500,000 dong. Lastly, we've got the 500,000 dong. And there's a story I will tell you right now about the 500,000 dong. By the way, the 500,000 dong is nam trang yen. Okay? But there are things you need to be careful about here in Vietnam. Okay? There are things you need to be careful about here in Vietnam. Okay, let me show you something. There's not much about the smaller money, but there's much about the bigger money. You might understand that the 10,000 and the 100,000 may sometimes, in some other people may make mistake, because there is a lot of greenish. Okay, there's a lot of greenish there, so just be careful. Look into where the zero is. So the most important thing, you need not the zero, the comma. You need to look at where the comma is. Okay, the dot. Okay, that's what you need to be careful about. Okay, when you deal with money here in Vietnam. Also, well, not that much, the 200,000 and the 50,000, but the colors, to a certain extent, they become a little bit. So you just need to be careful. But here you won't make a mistake. It's not too much with the 50,000 and the 200,000. But let me show you where it's too much. And I almost made this mistake, whereby you gave someone 500,000, you're thinking them you are giving them 200,000. You are giving them 20,000. And then you are giving them 500,000. And by the way, 500,000 is equivalent to some 300 and something rands. Yeah. You see? The other one is 20,000, the other one is 500,000. And you might make a mistake of giving a person the other note, and you know which one you wouldn't want to give away. So that's the situation. There are more videos that I want to do, but I think you can make sure that you motivate me. So please subscribe. Subscribe, and I'll be motivated to make more videos and all of that. Take care of yourself. Thank you.